Good day. Welcome. This is grade 9 maths factorization, and in this video I'm only going to do factorization of polynomials. So as you can see at the bottom, I've included steps that can be used. So I'm going to go through each question, but as I go through the question, just focus and keep your mind on the steps, on the written steps that is included in the video. So the steps is included so that you can remember the steps and maybe visualize it better in order to do the different questions. Here we have 4 questions, and each question you'll see looks slightly different. Not the numbers, focus on the signs. Here you have the third term. So just keep in mind, if we talk about the term, this is term 1, green is term 2, and yellow is term red. The plus always go, or sorry, the sign always go with the term. If there's nothing in front of this x squared, there's an invisible plus. So the things I'm going to do is that you must focus on is this. If I talk about the signs, so there's a plus, the third term, but the second term is also a plus. Here you have a minus and a minus in this sum. In the third sum, this third term is a minus, but here you have a plus. So if you look at number 2 and 3 together, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So number 2 and 3 both has got a third term that's a minus, but number 2, the second term is a minus and the third one is a plus. So the steps are going to be different for each scenario like this. Number 1 and number 4, you'll see the third term has got a plus, but the second term for number 1 is a plus and number 4 is a minus. So this combination is what you will mostly get in the exam. So I'm only going to do these 4 sums, get to an answer, and then you must use the steps all the way along. Right, let's start. So let's do number 1. So as you can see, it says step 1, find the factors of the third term. So the third term, remember, is the third one, including the sign. So for this, the factors of 12 is either 1 and 12 or 2 times 6, can also be 3 times 4. So that's the 3 combination of factors for the 12. That is the third term in step 1. Now we have to look at the factors here on the right hand side and determine what combination of pluses and minus can we get that will equal the second term. So what does it mean? It means we need to get to that 7. So that the 7 is the second term. We need to get to the 7, but step 1 say, find the factors and then look at the combination that will get you to the second term. So the combination to get to 7, if you look at the first one, 12 and 1, you can do any combination, 12 plus 1, 12 minus 1, 1 minus 12, nothing is going to get to 7. 2 and 6, if you use pluses and minus, you can maybe get 6 minus 2, that's 4. 6 plus 2 is 8. Minus 2 plus 6, that's also 4. So you can use all the combinations, you will not get to 7. But if you use 3 and 4, you can get to 7. Easy, because 3 plus 4 equals 7. So that is what you must do. Just look at any combination, how you can get to 7. So 3 plus 4 is 7. Right, so what do we do next? Now we have to insert the variables and factors into the brackets. So next step is to draw the brackets. We'll need 2 brackets. So as you can see, step 2 say insert a variable. In this case, the variable is x. So if it's x squared, it will just be x times x, or 2 x's. And then it also say insert the factors into the bracket. Now these are the factors, the 3 and the 4 that we've identified. So let's put the 3 and the 4 in. I always start with the biggest one, 4 and 3. It really doesn't matter if you change it around to 3 and 4, but my preference is just to do the bigger one first. All right, so that's step 2. So we completed step 2. Step 3 say, determine the signs inside of the bracket by focusing on the third term. By focusing on the sign of the third term. So what does it mean? It means in here, in this bracket, we must put signs. But we don't know yet what signs we are going to put, but we need to get somewhere. So I've included there, and it's one that I've used basically all my life, is where it say a plus and a plus goes to a plus, minus and a minus goes to a minus, plus and a minus goes to a minus, and a minus and a plus goes, oh, sorry, something is wrong here. Minus and a minus goes to a plus, and a minus and a plus goes to a minus. So that's the 4 combinations that we are going to use. So that you can see there by step 3. There's a A, B, C, and D. So it's just written down exactly what I said. A plus is a plus and a plus. A minus means a plus and a minus. C is a minus and a plus. And the D is a plus, is a minus and a minus. All right. So let's use this sum. And just start again, step 3, determine the signs inside the bracket by focusing on the sign of the third term. So the question is, what is the sign of the third term? The third term is a plus. So if the third term is a plus, and you look at the sub steps, then it will be A, which is a plus and a plus. So will be that, and also in this case D, that will be a plus and a plus is a minus. So you will either have in here a plus and a plus, or you'll have a minus and a minus. We don't know yet. We're going to determine it now. So just repeat again, you use step 3 just to determine what combination of signs you're going to put in here. Now we have to look at step 4. And if you can see there, step 4 say, focus on the second term. So let's focus on the second term, which is the plus 7. And it say, if there's a plus, then you put a plus sign next to the bigger number in the bracket. So we need 2 pluses or the minuses, but this one is easy because the 7 is a plus. So we must put a plus next to the bigger one, but both must be a plus. So our final answer will just be, just do this. So the final answer will just be plus and plus. You see in the other examples, we are going to use step 4 a bit better. So for this one, if that is a plus that we determined, then like you see, the signs must be either a plus and a plus or a minus and a minus. And step 4 say, if it is a plus, you put a plus next to the bigger sign. But in this case, both are pluses. So the answer is just the 2 pluses. Just a quick way, just to test. A good way that I use to test is just to multiply everything out with each other. So let's just do it together. To multiply this bracket out, this is just a test. This is not for your answers, but it's just for you. To multiply it out, you just take each term and multiply it by the terms in the other brackets. So the x, that's the first one. You multiply by the x. Step 2, you multiply the x times the plus 3. Then next you take the 4 times the x. That will be number 3. And number 4 will be the 4 times 3. So if you just do that, so number 1, x times x is x squared. Number 2, x times plus 3 is plus 3x. Number 3, 4 times x, that's 4x. And number 4, 4 times plus 3. So that's just 4 times 3. That is plus 12. And now you just group all the x's. Then you'll get plus 7x and the plus 12. And here you can see Just write that better. Here you can see this answer here, and that is exactly the same. And that's how you can test your answers. All right. Okay, let's go on to number 2. So let's focus on the steps again. Step 1, say find the factors of the third term. So we have the third term is -6, but let's just focus on the number 6, which will be the factors 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. Yeah, that's the 2 factors. Now, and then step 1 also say look at the combination of pluses and minus to equal the second term. So the second term, if there's nothing here next to the minus, there's actually standing a -1. Let me just try to maybe just put the -1 there so that you know that's -1. So we must get to a -1, and but you must look at the combination of the pluses and minus of the factors. So the factors is 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. So if we just take again 6 minus 1, 6 plus 1, that doesn't give you the 1. But if you take the second one and you start maybe 3 plus 2, you'll get 5. But 3 minus 2 equals 1. So if that's the case, then the factors that we are going to use are 3 and 2. So what does step 2 say? Insert the variable and the factors into the bracket. So here's the bracket. So insert the variable, that's the x, and insert the factors. We've determined 3 and 2. Step 3, determine the signs. So if you just look on the steps, we have look at the sign of the third term. So the third term is a negative or minus. So how do you get the minus? Is either a plus and a plus gives you a minus, or a minus and a minus. Sorry, that's wrong. So look at the steps again. What gives you a minus is step B, which say, so I write it like that. So step B say a minus is determined by a plus and a minus, and step C say a minus is determined by a minus and a plus. So that is what we have to do by step 3. We focus on that term, which is a minus. So we start by this minus and ask what gives a minus. And step 3B say plus and a minus or minus and a plus. So we know we're going to use one of these two, but we don't know what combination yet. Is it a plus and a minus, or is it a minus and a plus? We don't know. But let's look at step 4. Step 4 say focus on the sign of the second term. So here's the second term. The sign of the second term is a negative. And if the sign is a negative, then step 4 say, look at the B part. If it is negative, then you put the minus sign by the bigger number. So what does it mean? It means we're going to have a plus or a minus and a plus. But it say if this is a negative for step 4B, it say put the negative by the bigger number. So the negative is going to come. So we're going to use the yellow part, which is x minus 3 and x plus 2. So let's wipe everything out. So we need a negative and a plus, but because that is a negative, the negative is going to be by the bigger number. And that's your answer. X minus 3, x plus 2. Again, if you want to test it out, you just multiply this with each other and that with each other. Then you get x squared plus 2x minus 3x minus 6. And if you group these two together, you'll get minus x. And then the sum is, answer is x squared minus x minus 6, which is the same as there on top. Okay, let's go to number 3. We have this. So let's maybe open the bracket now already. So let's first determine the factors. And look what combination gives you a 2. So the factors are 1 times 15 2 times, no, you can't 2 times, it's actually 2 times 7.5, but we don't use that here. And there's a 3.5, 3 times 5. So what combination can give you the plus 2? So we're going to use, you can try 1 and 15 is not going to get you to 2, but 5 and 3, 5 minus 3 can get you to 2. So the factors we're going to use is 5 and 3. Now step 2, say, put the variables in the brackets, that's the x's, and put the factors also in the brackets, that's the 5 and the 3 we've identified. Now we have to look at the step 3, look at the sign of the third term. There's a minus. So again, a minus is derived by plus and a minus, or a minus is derived by a negative and a minus. So what sign are we going to use? Step 4, focus on the second term. There you can see there's a plus. So step 4a, it says, if it is a plus, then put the plus sign next to the bigger number. So what's the bigger number in the bracket? There's a 5 and a 3. So 5 is a bigger number. So put the plus sign there, which is this plus, but we need the negative as well. Then you just put the negative there. And you can test it again if it gives the answer, but that's what you can do. Right, let's do one last one. So there you go. So I always just put the brackets in. If you want to, you can put the x in as well. But let's just determine the factors of 5. That's step 1. So 5 is 1 times 5. And actually, that's the only factors. Yeah, so the factors is just 5 and 1. So for now, it's easy. Step 2, you just include that 5 and 1 into the bracket. Step 3, look at the sign of the third term. There's a plus. So what gives you a plus? A plus is either determined by a plus and a plus, or a negative and a negative. Step 4, it says, if the second term is a plus, put the sign by the bigger number, but it's a negative. So look at number 4b. If it is negative, put the negative sign by the bigger number. The bigger number is 5. So we need the negatives by the bigger number, so you can just do the minus and the minus. And that's it. That's all you need to do. So to summarize, let's just look at where we started. If you go through all the sums again, you'll see again, here's different combinations of signs, and the four questions that we've done gives you the different combination. Now you can do any question now. One of these 4, most of the questions will consist of one of these four combinations. And if you use the steps that you can still see below, then the steps will just guide you just to maybe memorize it better. But I urge you just to do as many examples as this as possible, so that all these steps are engraved into your subconscious mind, and you'll remember it forever. Thank you very much. Hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.